Hello, everyone, and welcome to our new show, Ripped from the Textbooks. This is a new show we're trying out where we try to cover the weirdest parts of history. Mostly we'll cover weird history from the Philippines, but we'll also spread our wings and try to cover other weird history from other countries. As usual, I'm your host, Aaron.
And I'm Jess.
And today, we're going to be covering actual alleged reports of teleportation with a man seemingly teleporting from Manila to Mexico City. And, what do you think? It's teleportation. It's something I really wanted to have when I was a kid. It's a superpower. Other kids,
it's an awesome power.
Yeah, other kids might want. I don't know. I remember other kids wanting to fly, wanting to have super strength, wanting to go through walls, disappear, and fly. But me, I just wanted to get to places. I'm a lazy bastard. I just want to get to a place just by thinking about it. And I saw Jumper. I saw Jumper when I was a kid. Pretty good
no
movie.
Wonder. Is that the one with Hayden Christensen? Right?
Yeah, that's the one with Anakin.
Yeah, I remember that. It's a fun movie.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't like, oh wow, movie of the year material. It's one of those fun, turn your brain
It's
off
something you
kind
enjoy
of movies.
as a kid.
Yes,
yeah,
and
it's something you enjoy when you.
Yeah, it had Samuel Jackson in it.
Oh yeah. I mean Samuel L. Jackson's and everything.
Yeah, he was a villain there. Apparently, killing off the teleportation dudes, and the teleportation guys and gals. Apparently, he thinks that they're not natural. Oh, of course they aren't. But he's like one of those, no fun allowed kind of guys.
No fun police.
Yes,
fun police.
Throughout the movie, it's like, oh man, why is he killing off these people? They didn't deserve to be. Look at them. They're having the time of their lives teleporting.
I hate them.
It's like you're one of those people that are salty that, if I can't have it, you can't too. That's why I'm going to kill you for it.
Jesus, it's just more extreme.
Yeah, just more extreme and somewhat more religious, but I don't really see the religious aspect of it. It's like, I once read through the synopsis, and that's how I found out that apparently he was from a radical religious group that kills these people.
Oh,
like,
really?
All right. I just thought it was salty. I just thought it was salty, It's like I didn't get any teleportation powers. What do you think about the teleportation? About this tale of teleportation?
I think it's interesting. Considering it's very local. It's
yes, that's why it went to the top of our list. Philippine
Had
pride.
Woo! We're weird here too. Yeah.
Okay, so this story starts at the morning of October 25, 1593. When the palace guards of the Plaza Mayor noticed a man standing guard at the gate at the Viceroy's palace in Mexico City. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary, except the man was wearing was wearing the wrong uniform. But when he was questioned, he began to tell them that he was not from around here. He wasn't even from this country. Rather, he was from across the sea. Ooh, spooky.
Yeah.
Manila, at the time, was the capital of the Philippines under Spanish rule. He worked at the Palacio del Gobernador in Manila. Somehow, when he felt tired and dizzy, simply leaned against the wall to rest. He had strangely awoken in Mexico City the next day. More startling was the news of the death of Governor Gomez Perez Dasmariñas at the hands of Chinese pirates that he claimed had happened the night before. But that news hasn't even reached over at Mexico. He was questioned by many officers, but he maintained his story to the end. They even called in a Franciscan friar, Gaspar de San Agustin, to take account of the soldier's story, writing down his statement. My name is Gil Perez. Gil, whatever. So, his name was Gil Perez. As the standing sentry here, I am doing as nearly as possible what I was ordered to do. I was ordered this morning to mount guard at the doors of the governor's palace in Manila. I know very well that this is not the governor's palace. And evidently, I am not in Manila. Why or how that may be, I know not. But here I am, and this is a palace of some kind, so I am doing my duty as nearly as possible. Last night, the governor of the Philippines, His Excellency Don Gomez Perez Dasmariñas, had his head cracked with an axe, and is dead of it. But they were unbelieving of the man, even calling him a liar and the servant of the devil, to which he was arrested and detained for. But it wasn't out of malicious intent, despite the claims of being a servant of the devil. He was found to be a man of good conduct and a devout Christian. But given the unusual and unique situation, it was decided to have him imprisoned in the meantime until a solid decision could be reached. It would be months later, however, when a galleon from the Philippines would arrive at Mexico City bearing the news of Governor Dasmariñas, thus corroborating the guard's story. But what was more surprising was when one of the military officers recognized him, having said that the soldier had been reported missing the night he was supposedly in Mexico City. He was later released and sent back to the Philippines, where he would spend the remainder of his life trying to figure out what had happened to him, but never came to a solid conclusion.
Man, this guy did not have a good year.
Yeah, he did not even have a good night. Imagine just waking up, like, in your duty, right? While on the job, right? And it's waking up and feeling like, oh shit, where am I?
Fuck am I? Whatever. But like, I gotta praise this guy. Like, even he like teleported to another country, like he still did his job.
Yeah. Wait, where am I? Wait. First off, is there a palace here?
Is there a palace here?
And is this Spanish? And is this Spanish? Yes?
Yeah, probably.
All right, let's go. I got a job to do. What are y'all waiting here for?
Yeah, that's admirable at least. Like, I'm pretty sure they gave him consideration. Like, I mean, this guy still did his job. Like, even if he wasn't from around here.
And of course, I can't really blame them for for thinking that this guy may be a servant of the devil of some sort.
Yeah, that was fun.
Guy turns up out of nowhere. What are you gonna think? What could be other?
The fuck am I gonna do here?
What's the other explanation? I doubt anyone even knew what aliens were. So of course, the next best thing is, of course, yes, Satan did it.
Satan brought a random guy here.
Yes, for some reason, and they brought a devout Christian. For some reason, of all people, like,
yeah,
that's the opposite of what you would pick to teleport to a place. You'd think it'd be a guy in robes, chanting satanic passages.
Satanic, yeah. I feel bad for the guy. Like right in the end of his life, he never figured out what happened.
It's not like he lost a limb or anything. It was like it's just to him, it's probably just something he could tell his grandkids.
Yeah,
hey,
true.
Hey, I remember that one time I had this crazy night.
I woke up like, and bam, I was in Mexico, and they called me the servant of the devil.
Crazy, right? This kind of thing
Crazy.
you make a movie out of.
True, true. It's an interesting aspect.
You want to hear some of the
Like,
theories?
yeah, like I'm pretty sure there are some
Actually,
inevitably,
yeah. There's one, of course, and then
of course.
there's a few here as well. Whether or not it was true. Well, first off, is Morris K. Jessup, a renowned UFO writer, who says that, a legend, not according to the records of the chroniclers of the Order of San Agustin and the Order of Santo Domingo. He was talking about whether or not this thing is a legend or
Real thing.
or real occurrence, of course. So, not according to the records of the chroniclers of the Order of San Agustin and the Order of Santo Domingo. Not according to Dr. Antonio de Morga, High Justice of the Criminal Court of the Royal Audiencia of New Spain in his Sucesos de las Islas Filipinas. Actually, our just a I guess a FY just a little hot what do they call it? A hot tip or a fun fact, I guess.
Fun fact. Yeah.
Yes, a fun fact. Jose Rizal is I don't know if it's like common knowledge to people even outside of the Philippines, but Jose Rizal is considered the national hero, actually. So of course he gets a mention here as well.
Yeah.
Because he was a collector of strange stories around the Philippines. And he believed that the story is a fact and added an annotation to a reprint of De Morga's book. Just for context, the reprint of the book did not have this story for some reason. And of course, he would wonder why that is in this statement. Morga, perhaps because he does not give credence to such facts, not only does not mention them, but says more strictly later that the news was not known in Mexico City until D. Juan de Yalasco came for the month of November 1594. That is 13 months later. So apparently there's quite some quite some debate whether or not this was actually real, even back then in the 15 to 1600s, or rather in the 1800s or something. Back when this was starting to become widespread, there was some contention whether or not this was actually real or not.
Yeah, it's surprising to know that Rizal was like into it. True.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess if you've been reading, I guess if you've spent your life reading a ton of books, you'd be much more curious a lot about these strange tales.
Yeah, true. And it is interesting, like, oh, a guy teleported. Like, oh.
Yeah, it would make you think. And I was like, how do you end up there? Of course.
How we get there?
So, of course, some people, of course, think it was an alien abduction.
Of course. There will always be some.
Of course, those aliens probably just plucked this guy off with their tractor beams and did some probing anally,
and then dropped them
of
off.
course. And then, oh shit, where did we pick this guy up again? Oh shit,
Mexico.
This guy looks Mexican. All right, Mexico it is. We gotta go. Let's get shit face in Spacebar.
But yeah, how about you personally? Like,
honestly, this could be just him. It could be just him. Either he may have something to do with the murder. I know it's like a hot take, but he could have something to do with the murder. And he escaped to the boat, or rather ship, he escaped to a ship to Mexico City, and then people saw him and it's like, oh shit, oh shit, what do I tell him? I don't know how I got here. I just woke up.
Oh,
I'm just here.
oh, what happened?
What happened? Okay, where am I? He just plays dumb
But-
throughout the entire thing, with his crime unpunished.
Bad.
Nah,
That's a cool theory. That's a cool theory. That's
yes, a history theory. Thanks
just
for
a
watching.
theory.
But yeah, it could be possible that that's the case, and he really just had a good job of playing the, the
Innocent
devout,
card.
the devout Christian, a good man kind of role. But
Yeah.
he actually had something to do with the murder of Governor Dasmariñas or something, or may have conspired with those Chinese pirates, in some way.
Yeah, I mean, hypothetically, if it's true.
Yeah, if the story is even true in the first place. I mean, I heard about this one other tale. Have you heard of the Man of Medan ship?
Man of Medan.
Yeah,
I think I've heard about it.
Yeah, I think that's the name of the ship. That's translated, by the way. I think there's a Malaysian name for it, but it turns out there's evidence that's pointing to that story not being true, despite it being so convincing and being told everywhere that this happened.
Despite its popularity.
Yeah. So this could be another case of that. And
I mean,
maybe
that's
the records that we have of this, maybe it could be De Morga's book, all these other records that exist. It could be could be the early version of fake news, probably. Because okay, you go on.
I mean, that's usually the case with like legends and folklore and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to pinpoint whether or not it's real. Its origins. I mean, we know the origins, but like, who's to say like it was actually from that? Maybe it was a case of mistaken, and then it just evolved.
And honestly, this entire situation is like standard, folklore clickbait. It's like, who wouldn't want to have a story of a man teleporting from Manila to Mexico or Mexico?
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, it's an insane story, and if it's true, then it's unfortunate. Like, we never get a solid answer to it. Even the guy, right? It was by the end of his life, we tried to figure out what happened to him.
He's probably just looking for a sign. Or maybe maybe there was some ancient relic that he just stepped onto and just teleported. Like, oh shit, a conveniently placed relic.
Oh shit.
Well, anyway, that is it for our first episode of Rip from the Textbooks. Thank you for listening, and I hope you tune in for the next episode of this new series.